So back to factoring. So factoring, of course, is finding those terms which multiply to give you the original polynomial that you're looking at. And depending on what type of polynomial you're given, you'll have to do certain things. You'll have to use certain methods. So let's look at trinomials, which are polynomials with 3 terms. How do we factor trinomials? Okay, well, it depends on the leading coefficient. And the leading coefficient is the number that's going to be in front of your x squared term. That's this term right here. Now notice in this trinomial, it doesn't have a number. It doesn't have a coefficient that we can see. But that coefficient is actually hidden. It's actually a hidden 1. Well, when there's no leading coefficient or a coefficient of 1, we call this a simple trinomial. And simple trinomials are awesome because they're the easier ones to factor. And to factor simple trinomials, what you're going to do is you're going to have to look for factors of your last term, or factors of 4 in this case, that add to get your middle term. Here would be what 2 numbers multiply to give me 4, but add to give me -5. So you can see that this is going to be an interesting little thing. So over on the side, I like to just say, okay, I'm looking for what numbers multiply to give me 4. And rearrange my desk here. There we go. So what numbers multiply to give me 4? Well, I have 2 and 2, right? That's probably the first thing you said. And I have 1 and 4. There's nothing else that multiplies to give me 4. Now it has to multiply to be a positive. So that means it either has to be 2 positives or 2 negatives, right? Well, if it adds to be negative, that means that both of these have to be negative, because they will multiply to be a positive but add to be a negative. So which one of these add to be -5? Well, this adds up to -4. Don't want that, but this adds up to -5. So what we'll do is we will factor it into x minus 1. That was our first factor. And x minus 4. That was our second factor. So that is how you would factor a simple trinomial. And notice, if we wanted to double check our answer, we could just FOIL this back out, and we would notice that we would get our original polynomial of x squared minus 5x plus 4. So that's a short little way to factor a simple trinomial.